How you doing, Jim? I got some problems right here. You can pause the video at this point and write down the problems just like you see them, or I'll email you this and you can write the problems down like that. And we're gonna do these problems. And the point is to get you to familiar with using some of the features on your calculator, because it's a good calculator. And like we were doing the negative, to get you to used to using the negative sign with this calculator, because it's a bit different than scientific calculators. It's better than scientific calculators. And so here we go. I'm gonna go over here to, I have a TI 84 Plus calculator, and it looks just like your TI 86, and assuming that it has basically the same features, and yours probably has more since it's an 86. So we're going to start out with the first problem, which is -5 times 2. So what we're going to do here, this button right here, this is the negative button. Notice that you have a negative button right here, you have the minus button. If you want to make a negative number, you have to use this button. So we're going to click this one, -5 times 2. And that gives you -10. Moving right along to the second problem, which was 17 times -4. And we're just going to type in 17. We're going to use this parentheses right here, open parentheses, the negative sign, 4, closing parentheses, enter. That gives you -68. Moving right along to the third problem. We have 5/4 plus 3/12. 5/4 plus 3/12. And we're going to enter it just like you see it. So we're going to put alpha, the y equals button, and we're going to select 1. And that gives us our fraction. And what was it? 5/4. So we're going to have 5. You can click right down here. 4ths. Click over. Plus, and then we're going to do alpha, y equals again, 1. And what's the problem? 3/12. 3, the down button, 12 over equals 3/2. Problem number 4, another fraction problem. So we're going to do a little bit different on this one. We're going to do the same, alpha, y equals 1, and it was 16/3, 16, down button, 3 over, plus alpha button, y equals 1, and 16/3 plus 9/3. So we were 9, down button, 3 over, into. And you see the answer right here, Jim? 25/3 is our answer. Now suppose you need that as a decimal. Of course, you can get it in your head, probably. You're so good at math. But using the calculator, right up under that alpha button is the math button. You're going to hit that. Number 2, decimal. You hit number 2, and you're going to get this right here, answer, decimal, and then hit enter. And that'll give you the number as a fraction. And in reverse, same thing. If you get this result right here from a problem, you do a problem and this is the answer you get, and you need it in fraction form, go right back to math. Instead of 2 decimal, you're going to hit 1 fraction. 1. Enter. And it takes it into a fraction form. Now, some of the decimals, I guess they're too big. That feature won't work on them. But for smaller fractions and decimals, it'll work. It works fine. So, hopefully this video won't be too long to be able to email it to you. We're going to go to number 5. And just like you see it, that's how we're going to write it in. and we should get this problem right here equals 32. So we got negative 8 over, negative 8 times 64 over 4 all over negative 20 divided by sum of the quotient of negative 35 divided by 7. And we're going to type it in this calculator just like we see it there. Make me some more space here. Get rid of all of that. So we had a fraction alpha y equals 1 negative 8 open parentheses alpha y equals 1 and 64 down over 4 over close parentheses. Then we're going to go down to get to the denominator. And what do we have there? Negative 20 divided by, so the negative button, 20 divided by, open parentheses, is 35 divided by 7. Negative 35 divided by 7. Negative 35 divided by 7. Close parentheses. Move over, and you got a nice and neat fraction right there. So, we're going to hit the enter button. What do you know? Negative 32. Yeah, I got it right. Negative 8. Negative 8, negative 20, negative 35. Yeah. Well, looks like I got that wrong. I didn't see the negative sign in the answer, but negative 32 is your answer. There you go. So, moving right along to number 6. And this is the problem we was working on. This was part of the problem. And this was the final answer that we was working on, that last problem. 74 plus 11 times natural log e all raised to negative 0.21 times 1.5, and that's going to give you 82 when you round it. So we're going to go over here and put this problem into the calculator. We have 74 plus 11 second, and the ln button, second ln gives you the natural log e, and that's raised to the negative 0.21 times, open parentheses, 1.5, close the parentheses. And you don't have to. You can go ahead and press the enter button right here to get the answer if you want. For whatever reason, I always click out of it, get down, and then press enter. And here we go. 82.02 blah, 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 and rounds to 82. And so just for practice, we'll do this last problem, which is part B to this problem right here that was on the PDF that I sent you that we was working on. This is part B. 60 plus 32 times natural log e raised to the negative 0.52 times 1 power is going to give us 79. So let's go over here to our TI-84 plus, and in your case TI-86, and we're going to put this in here. 60 plus 32, 60 plus 32 second natural log, let's give you natural log e raised to negative 0.52 times, open parentheses, 1, close parentheses. And I'm going to hit equals 79.024, all of that, and it's going to round to 79. So that's your little tutorial on using some of the features, and especially that negative sign feature, so you can get some negative numbers. We'll just do one right now. We're going to do negative 4, just make one up. Negative 4, open parentheses, time, get us a fraction right here, boom. Negative 4, we're going to put another negative. Negative 7 divided by negative 49, close parentheses, times negative 3 plus, open parentheses, negative 5 plus 7, close the parentheses, and let's see what kind of funky number we get from this. I just made this problem up, So here we go. Boom. And we see we get 26/7. And let's see if we can change that into a decimal by pressing the math button. And you can use the arrow keys to get down to 2, 3, or whatever. But we're going to go back up to 2. We're going to change this into a decimal. So we selected 2. We're going to hit enter, and then we're going to hit enter again to change that into a decimal. And it works for us. 3.7142857114 is your decimal. And you can round that thing up however you like it, Jim. And just for practice, we're going to put it back into a fraction. Boom. And we're going to select, one's already selected, of course, so we're just going to press enter to get it back in fraction and enter again to see it. And there we go, right back where we started from. So that's my tutorial on the TI-84 Plus and the TI-86 negative button, fraction form, natural log E, and the negative button. So I hope this helps you work the calculator a little bit better, and I'll see you next time.